Hi everyone, Elizabeth here. So I just wanted to talk a little bit in regards to what exactly is glutathione and what type of foods you can find this in nature and why you should incorporate it in your diet now. So I've written a blog link below that has 20 plus different glutathione rich foods. In that blog post there are 6 different links to different academic journals. There is 5 of them are research studies. One of them is a woman's blog who I think she's either a medical doctor or a nutritionist, I can't remember, but I also have over 15 recipes that are dairy free that revolve around whole foods that are glutathione rich recipes. Now most of the recipes that I have in my archive under the recipes tab, you can find a ton of different recipes that will support this thought process or evidence in terms of eating more glutathione rich foods into your diet. So glutathione has been a really big buzzword over the last year in terms of understanding COVID-19. Seniors have less of it because you lose more of it as you age, which is why they are more susceptible to diseases or things like respiratory illnesses like COVID, and children have more of glutathione, which is why they are not as prone to getting something like COVID. So glutathione is referred to as the body's master antioxidant. It is found in every cell of the human body and contains 3 amino acids: cysteine, glycine, and glutamate, that are built from the elements of carbon, oxygen, hydrogen, nitrogen, and sulfur linked together. The liver contains the highest concentration of glutathione, which helps the body detox unnecessary or unwanted waste. So in fact, the liver produces glutathione naturally. Your body produces this naturally, which is why it's not considered an essential amino acid. So glutathione is essential to the body's defense system. It decreases with age, as well as viruses, bacteria, specific medications, and heavy metal toxicity reduces glutathione in the body. Long-term reduction of glutathione leads to a lower immune function and reduces the liver's ability to detoxify the body. Glutathione's role is to counteract free radicals and oxidative stress, which can lead to the aging process. It damages the DNA, which can also lead to further disease. Chronic inflammation can contribute to oxidative stress and deplete glutathione supply. So luckily within nature, there are various foods that will help us with the production of glutathione. So some of these superfoods that we've heard about before, like broccoli and kale and a lot of the dark leafy greens, they're not only some of the best foods that you can have in your body, they're packed with these amino acids and glutathione, as well as these are foods that have been proven to help beat diseases like cancer. Turmeric is one of the most powerful herbs on the planet that has been directly linked to reducing cancer. So all of these foods that, help with this, fight diabetes, help fight cancer, it's all cyclical in this wheel of wellness on how important it is to consume these foods to continue to ramp up immunity that will help you not only fight off diseases, but also help your immune system to fight off certain bacterial things or viruses. Now, some people don't think viruses exist, but you want to be able to help fight a lot of these free radicals that are within the body and the toxicity in the body that we come through because of our environmental situation, like living in a polluted city. We're more exposed to chemicals and toxins, as well as all the boxed food and processed food that we eat in America. So the one thing to know is that when you are eating food, different types of foods are a little harder to digest, and different types of foods will not absorb as much of it in the digestive tract. So for example, If you're eating an apple, the absorption process is different than if you're eating apple juice. So something like a smoothie is a lot easier for the body to digest, as well as to absorb some of the nutrients as compared to coming from the whole food form. This doesn't mean you should just be drinking a bunch of juice and only eating smoothies and not cooking your produce and vegetables. However, a mix of everything is more ideal. Let's see. One thing I do want to talk about, which is from one of the research studies that I've linked. It's from September 2019, and it's called A Review of Dietary Phytonutrients for Glutathione Support. So just a couple sentences from this study, it suggests that glutathione is a tripeptide that plays a pivotal role in critical physiological processes, resulting in the effects relevant to diverse disease pathophysiology, such as maintenance of redox balance, reduction of oxidative stress, enhancement of metabolic detoxification, and regulation of immune system function. The diverse roles glutathione in physiology are relevant to a considerable body of evidence suggesting that glutathione status may be an important biomarker and treatment target in various chronic and age-related diseases. Proper personalized balance is in the individual is key, as well as a better understanding of antioxidant and redox balance. Optimizing glutathione levels has been proposed as a strategy for health promotion and disease prevention, although clear, causal relationships between glutathione status and disease risk or treatment remain to be clarified. You can read more of that from my blog link, but kind of reverting back into talking about some of the foods, balance is key for everything. So those who are kind of, desperate to increase their levels of glutathione or just boost and ramp up their immunity, you can find all of this through natural foods. I always suggest going to natural foods first before jumping on the boat to doing supplements. So the first area are your cruciferous vegetables. So things like broccoli, kale, cabbage, cauliflower, bok choy, broccoli sprouts or broccoli microgreens, as well as Brussels sprouts. So all of these cruciferous vegetables contain a compound named sulforaphane, which are found in these various dark leafy green vegetables, cruciferous vegetables, and studies have shown that sulforaphane increases and restores blood and cellular glutathione levels. The next one we can kind of briefly talk about, once again, this is all in the blog link, so you can just refer back to that. The allium vegetables, things like your garlic, your onions, and your shallots. So some medical doctors have claimed that sulfur-rich foods like allium vegetables are rich in sulfur-containing compounds that increase glutathione production. Sulfur is a chemical element found in many amino acids, which includes those needed to increase and synthesize glutathione. Sulfur is found naturally in many plant-based and protein foods. Cruciferous vegetables are also known as sulfur-rich foods, and asparagus is another example of a great plant that is rich in sulfur. So the all herbs in general are really important to eat, but when you're kind of looking at the main two in terms of the world of glutathione, rosemary and turmeric kind of trump all the other ones. Turmeric is, like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, is super rich in different nutrients and vitamins that help fight cancer or prevent cancer. So in a 2019 review of dietary phytonutrients for glutathione support, which is kind of the study that I referred back to, states that while there is a lack in human clinical trial data, there are several animal studies which would indicate that certain herbs and roots such as rosemary and turmeric/curcumin, milk thistle, and ginkgo biloba may influence glutathione levels. Rosemary extract in the diet of female rats at concentrations of 0.25% to 1% by weight resulted in 3.5 to 4.5 fold increase in hepatic glutathione. An increase was seen when injected intraperitoneally. I can't explain or pronounce some of these words, I apologize, but to a lesser extent in an animal study, a turmeric extract and curcumin were shown to increase hepatic glutathione content. The next one are your vitamin C foods, which this kind of goes a little bit of everywhere between fruits and vegetables. Vitamin C definitely has been shown in numerous studies, specifically in Asia, and how it helped things like COVID. However, that information got debunked or suppressed from a lot of the mainstream media in the United States, where even doctors like Dr. Mercola had to remove all of that information on how vitamin C helps COVID off of their website because of receiving certain threats from the FDA and or other people within that medical community. So vitamin C foods, specifically your citrus fruits, your melons, berries, peppers, broccoli, potatoes, and broccoli microgreens. So if you're kind of seeing the connection here, it's like broccoli is not just good for this one thing, it has all these different nutrients and vitamins in it that make it these like super powerful foods. So vitamin C is a powerful antioxidant and increases glutathione within red and white blood cells. Some research has shown that vitamin C attacks free radicals first, thereby preserving the glutathione. Vitamin C helps reprocess glutathione by converting oxidized glutathione back to its active form. In the study noted below, adults took 500 to 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C daily for 13 weeks. It led to an 18% increase of glutathione in white blood cells. Microgreens are also known for its powerful nutrition density. However, many claim that broccoli microgreens are kind of the best, and they are all packed with vitamin A, B, C, E, and K, and all of that has its own role to play in the world of ramping up immunity and fighting disease. In the same research study that I've referenced, I'm pretty much just reading my blog. That research study has a laundry list of different foods to eat, but it also talks about how vitamin C and glutathione is found in many freshly made juices. So the scientific study states, for those whom eating fruits and vegetables is challenging, drinking juice, now I should say freshly squeezed juice or made juice from your own juicer, derived from these foods may provide another healthful option, although some health professionals might be concerned with their simple sugar content. Generally, clinical studies would suggest that drinking fruit and or vegetable juices confer health benefits such as improving antioxidant status. So a lot of the conclusions is that eating a glutathione supported diet could involve the inclusion of these foods daily that will help continue to ramp and boost up your immunity. One research study states that specifically green foods, asparagus, avocado, cucumber, green beans, and spinach are all glutathione rich, and they highly support better health. Some protein-rich foods have also been helpful with glutathione levels. Now, since my blog focuses on plant-based eating, I do not list the meat options that are supported through like sulfur-rich based foods and glutathione-rich meat. However, some studies have shown that protein-rich foods are helpful. Let me back up a second. So the 3 amino acids associated with glutathione are not considered essential because the body naturally produces it. However, cysteine and glycine is very necessary to consume when the body is overstressed. So whenever you're overstressed, you tend to lose more of the nutrients. For example, when you're overstressed, you tend to secrete more calcium through your urine. So that means calcium is not going to the main functions of dental health or say hair, skin, and nails. It will be secreted, so you actually need to kind of ramp up your calcium, which is also found in dark leafy greens, especially like kale. So you don't have to slug down a bunch of dairy because everything is found in plants. You need to ramp up your calcium in times of chronic stress so your body has enough of that supply to maintain your overall well-being. You know, if anybody knows anything about being overstressed, a lot of people tend to lose hair over time, or they shed more hair when they're stressed. Pregnant women, when they're going through that really stressful time period of having a baby, the body is put through so much stress that women have claimed that they've tend to have lost hair during that time. So it's really, really important to boost up the calcium, but obviously trying to get it more from a plant-based source rather than just reaching out to over-processed dairy like Chobani or something that has some crap in it that you don't even know about. Okay, so it is very necessary to consume glycine and cysteine when the body is overstressed, injured, or ill, because the body needs more of these amino acids to help fight off the toxins or help heal and repair the body from injury. Other research has shown that the reduction of alcohol, getting enough sleep, and increasing physical activity actually helps your glutathione levels. Glutathione depletion occurs from many factors such as aging, a poor diet, and a sedentary lifestyle. Whole grains have all of these 3 amino acids, and plant-based sources like sunflower seeds and lentils have cysteine. Tempeh and organic tofu provides a lot of the glycine. And kombu, it's the glutamic acid. So, and one other thing is that walnuts have also been noted to have high amounts of glutathione. So if you can kind of get the bigger picture here, is this all supports eating more plants in your food. Even if you eat meat, I don't care if you eat meat, no judgment there. You need to incorporate more of this whole food. Now, there's another argument and issue on this side, is that many of the genetically modified foods that are grown into a soil, especially sprayed with glyphosate, it is actually literally in the vegetable. So you're not just washing it off the skin, it's literally in. The blog link I posted today, August 16th, talks about glyphosates. I'm going to do a separate video on that. I have so many different videos. I'm trying not to focus on the shit that's happening in modern society today because it's so disturbing. So I'm trying to focus on the areas of my expertise of health coaching and nutritional guidance. So choosing more organic food is going to be necessary. However, it's not always readily available or affordable for people, especially depending on where you live in the United States. So try to do the best you can. Try to ramp up a little bit more produce. A lot of people, even if they eat meat, they've been interested in vegetarian and vegan recipes just because they need to incorporate more produce in their diet. So the blog link that I have has about, I think, 15 recipes linked. However, there are so many more recipes on my blog. The one thing kombu people don't know about, it's like a seaweed, and I actually have a recipe that is for a homemade umami broth. So it's more of like a Japanese style broth that's just made directly from the skins of the onion and the garlic, as well as onion and garlic being in it. Kombu, there's carrots, I think there might have been potatoes in it, but it's a really simple, easy recipe, and homemade broth has been known to help heal the gut over time. So now that we're transitioning a little, well, not so much right now, but soon to be transitioning into the fall and winter season when it's like soup and sweater season, these are type of foods that will definitely be very necessary to help you keep your immunity ramped up during the colder times. So thank you for listening. If you have any comments on this, don't hesitate to share some thoughts or ask questions. I'm a better writer than I am a speaker sometimes because my brain is always moving around at like 90 miles a minute. So pretty much I referenced or kind of verbalized the actual blog link. So all of those links and all those research studies are listed in the links down below. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. We need to have our immune systems boosted because this is like the number one lesson, besides your finances, over the last year and a half. And we've been slowly killing ourselves by poisoning ourselves. So anyways, thank you. Have a great day. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.